When you are moving to the Houston area and looking over all the different suburbs, especially Katy, you might notice that there are a lot of different areas in Katy. Some are really expensive, some seem rather affordable, some seem really far out there, and you're probably just trying to figure all of this out. So we're going to go through the various areas of Katy. I'm going to show you on a map which areas are best if you want new construction, which neighborhoods have the best commute to downtown, the best luxury neighborhoods, and of course the areas with the best schools. And then I'm going to show you some areas that might be a little less desirable depending on your needs. So get your pen and paper to take notes, because by the end of this video, you're going to know exactly which neighborhoods to look at and which ones to avoid based on what you are looking for. Oh, and by the way, I'm Danielle. I'm a realtor in Houston. If you're moving here and would like assistance, feel free to message me. I would be happy to help you. Okay, we're going to start with all the new construction options available in the Katy area, because if you want a newer home, especially a new construction home from a builder, then most of the time, as of 2024, you're going to have to mostly look in the northwest and sometimes the southwest side of Katy, because the heart of Katy, where this big bluish area is already completely built out, which of course this built out area is the most convenient when it comes to shopping, when it comes to the highways. It's where the best schools are. The only way that Katy can keep growing is to keep growing outwards, which is what all this is all the new construction. Right now, the largest area for new construction homes is going to be in the northwest side of Katy, which is the 77493 zip code. And it's north of I-10. This is I-10 right here, and west of 99. And all these little spots right here, these are all new construction communities that we're going to go through really quickly. But first, I want to talk about what you can expect from these various neighborhoods and why this area is either desirable or less desirable. So the first thing I'm going to let you know about this area is that it is newer. The schools in this area are newer, so the ratings are not as high as some of the established schools in the heart of Katy over here. The thing that I am finding with people relocating here is that they want new construction and a 9 or 10 rated high school, and that just doesn't exist in Katy right now. It took many, many years for Cinco Ranch in this Katy area to develop, and it's going to be the same for all of these communities coming right now in this area. So if you do want highly rated schools, then I recommend you look at the southwest side, kind of closer to Fulshire in this area. If you're looking for really highly rated schools and new construction, the zip code is 77441, because this little north or southwest side has had a little bit more time to develop than these communities up here. Now, with the new construction in Katy, we have different tiers of builders as well as different types of communities. So it can be really confusing when you're looking at all the different new construction neighborhoods and why they're all priced so differently, yet they're all kind of in the same area. So these purple shaded ones, these are currently our largest master plan communities that have new construction in Katy right now. So the ones closest to the heart of Katy, like Jordan Ranch and Cane Island, they've been here for quite some time already. Cane Island is in its final closeout, and Jordan Ranch only has one section left, so maybe a year or two left. But these two, because they are the closest to the heart of Katy, they are going to have the highest prices and the most established schools, and therefore their prices are going to be a little more expensive than a master plan community like Santera and Ellison. So for instance, these purple master plan communities up here, particularly this one, Santera, this is a much newer development. It's only been around for at most 3 years right now, and they have quite a few years left to build. So what you'll find is that the homes are more affordable here, the schools aren't quite established, and there's a lot of builders to choose from, and some really affordable builders, because there's a lot of options still. There's still a lot of room to grow in this area, and that's why these tend to be a little more affordable than the ones that are almost in closeout. You may have noticed these orange spots on the map around in between Ellison and Santera. There's a lot more. I just got some of the main ones. These are what I call pocket communities of new construction. They are not the mega master plan communities like Santera or Ellison. Usually they consist of more entry-level builders. These communities themselves tend to be a lot smaller, and they're much more affordable because it really caters to the first-time home buyer or entry-level buyers. And the big difference between this kind of community and this kind of community is the type of amenities and builders within the community. They definitely do not offer the same things as these purple communities when it comes to walking trails and the schools on site and just the different amenities. And that's why they're priced a little bit more affordable than these mega master plan communities. So just to recap, these big purple ones, master plan communities, expensive. The closer they are to the built out area of Katy, the more expensive and luxurious they are. The further out they are, the more opportunity for affordable housing and a lot more selection in builders. Okay, so now I'm going to show you where some of the most popular luxury. Now, if you are looking for luxury in Katy, we're talking prices in the 800s and up. Honestly, all the bigger master plan communities in Katy will have them there, so I'm just going to point out more of the common popular ones. A majority of the luxury homes will be established homes in Katy. It's really few and far between as of 2024 to find really luxury new construction in the Katy area that's zoned to good schools. But hopefully more will come soon, so I'm just going to show you where the main ones are as of right now. The first one is Avalon at Seven Meadows, and this is in an excellent location. It's right in the heart of Katy. It's really close to shopping, and most of the homes for this community are on larger lots with water or golf course views. And these homes in this neighborhood start in the 800s to like the low millions. The next one I want to talk about, which is where probably your best chance for a newer, modern, luxury, new construction home is Cane Island. And we had briefly talked about this as a new construction option in the previous map. Cane Island has sections with 80-foot lots as well as sections with custom and semi-custom home builders. It makes it for a really luxurious area and highly demanded, especially because it's just right off of I-10. It's a really quick commute for a lot of people. Now, the last one I want to mention, at least in this video, is Kellywood. And Kellywood is really similar to Cane Island in that there are a lot of price options within here. It's a master plan community, so it's not all luxury, but this neighborhood was built during the late 80s and throughout the 90s, so the trees are so mature and the scenery is really beautiful in this neighborhood. And parts of Kellywood are gated, so if you are moving from another region and are really used to gated communities, Kellywood would definitely be one you should consider. I'm not going to name all the luxury communities, but there's also Wood Creek, there's Seven Meadows, and several areas within Cinco Ranch, which is this area. And like I said, most of the luxury in Katy is folded into the major master plan communities. Great, so that brings me to what's left in Katy, and that's where are the highly desirable resale areas of Katy. So maybe by now through this video, you have figured out that if you want a decent commute, you want the best rated schools, and you want to be very closely to the shopping and convenience, then Resale is definitely the best option for that in Katy, at least as of right now in 2024. So the biggest anchor, of course, is Cinco Ranch, which takes up a large portion of Katy. As you can see, it's all this purple, and I'm pretty sure I probably didn't get all of it. But Cinco Ranch is probably one of the more desirable areas. I will tell you that if there is a home in Cinco Ranch that has a pool and is updated and pretty well priced, you better bet even today in 2024 there will be multiple offers on that home. Some of the other popular areas is Firethorn. This community finished a couple of years ago, but it has really massive lots and excellent schools. I've helped a lot of buyers who love this area just because it's kind of in a convenient location, it has large lots, and it's newer homes. And another really popular one, it's another older one that was built in the early 2000s, is Grand Lakes, and it's right off of Grand Parkway across from 99, and it is a really beautiful community. It's right kind of around that Cinco Ranch area and Seven Lakes, but again, with a lot of this being centrally located, it is a little bit older. The homes tend to need to be a little dated and need a little work. And so the new construction in Katy, which is north, starts to look better and better to some people. And of course, there's still Kellywood and Seven Lakes. And then down here is Cross Creek West, which is technically Fulshire, but a lot of people looking in Katy and also really like Cross Creek West because it is so close. Now, there are a lot of areas within Katy, I'm sure that you've noticed, that I have not mentioned or touched a lot on. And honestly, it's because I don't really work a lot in these areas. Like, usually people I'm working with are looking for highly rated schools or master plan communities or new construction, and these areas of Katy don't tend to have that as much. These areas tend to be a little bit older and have more traditional suburbs, and the school ratings in these areas tend to be a little less desirable than some of the areas around here, according to HAR. These areas have all appreciated. All of Katy has appreciated a lot in terms of home value over recent years. However, this area tends to appreciate at a lower rate than these areas, so that's also something to keep in mind. So I know that I'm going to ruffle a few feathers with what I'm about to say, but in my opinion, Katy, I feel like, is in the middle of a transition, especially when it comes to the new construction options. About 5 years ago, Katy was the most desirable place. We had new home communities that were in top-rated schools. The master plan communities were in convenient locations, just off of the freeway or down here close to this highway. And there was a lot of opportunity, but a lot of that has dried up in the last 5 years, especially with the demand of people moving to Katy. So I feel like a lot of these communities up here are going to take a lot of time to catch up to this area of Katy. And I feel like a lot of the builders in here are not the same level of builders that were over here or over here. There's not as many options. And so, yes, there are a lot of affordable options in Katy, but it's going to take a lot of time for this area of Katy to catch up to this area. If you are looking for top tier new construction communities zoned to highly rated schools, then I would suggest you expand your search to the neighboring suburbs like Cypress up here and Fulshire down here, over here. Because these areas have a lot of master plan communities that are coming, and it's closer to areas that have already been developed, and the builders are a little bit more aligned with the builders that were in this area at one point. If you're moving here and you would like more assistance on builders or areas and preferences that might match your preferences, feel free to reach out to me. I'd be happy to help. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe, as it lets the algorithm know this is good information. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.